Today, let us talk about mistakes and errors. Words like has, have, and had are usually considered auxiliary verbs, but they are sometimes used as main verbs. We often make mistakes by speaking and writing the sentences like I have not a marker, I have not a pen, she has not a book, he has not a coffee, they had not a pen, I have not a mobile. When we speak such kinds of sentences, it means that and it proves that we are not being taught calling them main verbs. We are just being taught calling them auxiliary verbs. This is the reason we often make mistakes. That is why uh, I'm going to teach you and learn you what are those conditions and situations to call them auxiliary verbs and main verbs. As you know that when there is verb 3 after has or have or had, then it is used as auxiliary verb because that word after we have verb 3, right? When we get verb 3 means past participle form after has or have or had, then it is used as auxiliary verb. If we do not have verb 3 in those sentences, then has or have or had is considered or is used as what? Main verb. Because after those words, after have or had, we do not have their past participle form. I mean verb 3. That is why these verbs are used as main. As you know that when we convert the sentences or the statements into negative, we must use their does not or doesn't, do not or don't, did not or didn't, and not. What are the conditions and the situations to use does not, don't, and did not or not? When we get auxiliary verbs in the sentences and we are changing the sentences into negative, use only not after auxiliary verbs. When we use not after auxiliary verbs, all those sentences are changed into negative. Remember that. And auxiliary verbs means you know that is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, but remember that today's point is what? Has, have, and had. Has, have, and had after, if there is verb 3, then it is worked as auxiliary verb. And then we have to use there not to make those sentences into negative. Yes. Can, cannot, may not, might, might not, shall not, will not. Means that when we are changing the sentences into negative, we must use here what? Don't, doesn't, didn't, or not. Not for the auxiliary verbs and does not, don't, and did not for verb 1, verb 2, and verb 5. Okay. And today's topic is has, have, and had. Yes. When we get has, have, and had after verb 3, then these has, have, and had are worked and used as what? Auxiliary verbs. And we must use their not only to change into negative. But when we do not have what? Verb 3, then these three verbs, these three words and verbs are worked as main verbs. And then we cannot use their only not. If we use not after main verb, remember that those sentences are wrong then, because after main verbs we cannot use not. Okay, but when there is auxiliary verb, we must use their not. For example, when we get verb 4 and verb 3 in the sentences, we will already get their what? Auxiliary verbs. And then that makes us easier change into negative, because we will get their what? Auxiliary verbs. And we know better when we get the auxiliary verbs, we must use their not to change into negative. So not only. Verb 3 means, for example, gone. I have gone home. So what is this have? And here gone. Have after what is this? Gone. Means this is verb 3. And it is worked as and used as auxiliary verb. So I have not gone or I haven't gone. For example, she has made a cup of tea for Dharmendra sir. So negative, she has not made a cup of tea for Dharmendra sir. Has not, you can contract them. Has plus not means when we contract them, that becomes hasn't. We can use here. Okay. We had written many forms. We have written many forms. So had. And what is this written? Past participle form. So what? It is worked as auxiliary verb. So we hadn't or had not written many forms. That's it. Okay, remember that. Now we are making mistakes. You know where? Here. I have not money. She has not a pen. We had not a car. Here we often make mistakes here. Yes, because we do not have verb 3 after have. We do not have verb 3 after had. We do not have verb 3 after had. It means that it did not use or worked as what? Auxiliary verb. It did not work as auxiliary verb. It did not work as auxiliary verb. It worked as main verb. It worked as main verb. It worked as main verb. And in the last video, you had been taught where we get verb 1 in the sentence, we have to use there don't. Yes. Where we get verb 2 in the sentence, did not or didn't. Where we get verb 5 in the sentence, we must use there doesn't. Right? So here, when we change these sentences into negative, then I don't have money. We must use here don't. We must use here doesn't. We must use here did. Okay. She has not opened. Wrong this is. She has means verb 5. She doesn't. Remember that. She does not or doesn't have open. And remember that. Verb 2 and verb 5. Verb 2 and verb 5 cannot be used in negative sentences. It means that verb 2 and verb 5 are not used in negative sentences. Where we get verb 2 and verb 5 in the sentences, we must change and we must convert these two verbs into verb 1. As I have converted here, where? Yes, here. It is verb 5 and verb 5 has been converted into have. Because verb 5 and verb 2 are not used in negative sentences. Right? So, has been changed and converted into have. And here I have used or doesn't. Because we do have here verb 5 and has is verb 5. We had not occurred. This is wrong, okay? The correct sentence of this question is we did not or we didn't have a car. Remember this. We didn't have a car. We didn't have a car because it is used as verb 2 and we know that verb 1 done, verb 2 didn't and verb 5 doesn't. So here had is worked as verb 2. So here I have used a did not. Remember this. And here we often get confused. Well, I have had my meal. म मेरो खाजा वा खाना वा भोजन खाएको छु भन्ने यो सेन्टेन्स बुझाउँछ. I have had my meal. We often get confused here because had no had in our country, in neighbor country, most of the people use eat and drink. Yes, but when we visit to foreign countries like America, England, Australia, they rarely use drink and eat. Instead of drink and eat, they use has, have, and had. Remember, okay? So this is verb 3, eaten. It can be considered as eaten because here is meal. If this question would be this one, I have had a cup of tea. A cup of tea. Now it is considered what? As drunk. Remember this. Okay. It is considered as drunk and it is considered as eaten because of meal and because of tea. Because of solid and because of liquid. Remember this. So, what is this? This is verb 3. What is this? This is verb 3. And when we convert and change into negative, what? I have not or I haven't had my meal. I haven't had a cup of